Hello and welcome to Yellow Brick Road Reselling. Today we are talking about a topic that I get so many questions on. And when I first started this channel, I said, hey, I'm going to be doing a new to eBay series. What topic do you guys think I should talk about? Overwhelmingly, everybody said shipping. Talk about shipping. So let's get into shipping. I'm going to share some tips and tricks that I use. I'm going to share some supplies that I use for my shipping, and hopefully it'll answer most of your questions. If you have any questions at the end of this or throughout it, please leave a comment down below and I will hopefully answer you or find an answer for you. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification and follow me along. The other thing is, throughout this, if you find anything that is helpful, please give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel. I'm a newer channel. I would so appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get into it. First, before you get selling on eBay and with shipping, I just want to talk about some of the supplies that you are going to need. We are going to be talking about boxes and stuff like that, but what you need is a scale, right? So this is the scale that I use. I like these that have the extended, I don't know, what's this called? Like display of how much something weighs. Because when I have really, really big boxes, sometimes when I had an older one that had the display right here and you couldn't see it. I'd have to reach my finger in and hit the hold button, take it off, and then read it. This is so much easier. I keep it right here on my desk. Majority of my items are not that big, but every now and then I'll have to put it on the floor and put a really big box on it and ship and figure out what the shipping is for that. So a scale, get a scale. This one, I think I bought it on Amazon for like 20, 25 bucks. It was not that expensive. It is operated by a battery. I think you can plug it in if you want. Nope, I guess you can't. I think my other one you could plug in if you wanted to, but I never did because I like it being portable. All right, so that is number one. Get yourself a scale. So much of what we talk about today is based upon how much your package weighs. We're going to be talking about how much it weighs, how much the size of your item or the box or the bag is, also called dimensional. I think all carriers now go by dimensional weight unless you're doing a flat rate. It's dimension. Dimension is your width by your length by your depth. So they use those to figure out what your overall cubic square footage is that you're going to be taking up on their trucks, their planes, and all that kind of stuff. So the smaller it is, the cheaper it is. The larger it is, the more expensive it is. All right, so I wanted to talk to you about my choices for first class shipping. When I sell something on any of my platforms that I sell on, which I sell on a bunch of them, mostly eBay we'll talk about today, but when I sell on those platforms, if it weighs under 15.9 ounces, so under a pound, you'll want to use something other than priority mail because you'll get first class shipping. So for me, I like to use some boxes that I get. I buy them on eBay. There are a ton of suppliers on eBay. I personally like this company called Supply Hut. You can find them, like I said, on eBay. They're on Amazon, that kind of stuff. I think they might even have a website. But there is a place like the Boxery. They're really good. Uline. A lot of people order from Uline. Uline is expensive for shipping, though. So this is, actually, I'm going to show. Hold on. I forgot. I have to start with this box. This is the smallest box that I use. It is there we go, a 4x4x4 box. So as you can see, it is not very big, but it is the perfect size for shipping things that I was looking around my desk to see if I had something to show you that would fit in this, but it's perfect for shipping something that is like this size. It's a great, great size. I'm so glad I added this to my items. to ship. Next, which I was holding earlier, this is the 6x4x4 box. My most popular size box is this right here. Every now and then I will get something that I need to ship that I don't want to put into just an envelope because it will get crushed, especially if it has any type of like plastic bubble on it. I was going to grab some items out of my stock to show you what I kind of put in here to give you a visual, but unfortunately I was worried about putting them all back in the right spot, so I didn't end up taking the time to do that. But this box is a great box. Really, really good. I send so much in this box. The next size box I like is this, which is an 8x4x4, because every now and then I'll get something that's just a little bit longer than the 6. So this 8. I don't use a ton of these, but they are nice to have on hand. So I would say if you're going to order some of the 6x4x4 from the same company, just add on a small amount of the 8x4x4. Having boxes on hand is probably the number one thing that really helps with your shipping. Because so many times I would say, oh, I have nothing to put it in. And so I would just grab a priority mailbox because I can get those for free, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But having a box on hand now makes it so I can save money. I can go first class. This is my second most favorite size box. This is the 8x6x4. So it's just a little bit bigger than like the 8x4x4 because now it's 6 inches versus 8. Versus the 4. Instead of 8x4x4, you're adding 8x6x4. This is an extremely popular box. I send so much stuff in here. This is good. So let's say, for instance, like I have this what is this, paint, right? So this paint I could send in this 8x4x4 box. But if I was to list 2 paints, I just happen to have these because I bought them for a craft project I'm working on. These would, well, they might fit in here, be really, really close width-wise, but I could easily pull this 8x6x4 and they would fit in here. Very, very simple. These boxes, if you are trying to figure out what size boxes to order, that's what I would order. 8x6x4. 8x4x4, 6x4x4, and the 4x4x4 right here. Those are my most popular boxes. Now, I do have a few other boxes because I sell on Amazon. And one of the things that Amazon requires you as a shipper who is shipping directly to a customer is you must ship it in a plain box. You cannot reuse like a Walmart box or reuse a box from Target or even a used Amazon box. They say no to that. It needs to be a fresh, clean box. So for me, these plain boxes are perfect, as well as I use the priority mail boxes. But I do have other boxes. I didn't put it together, but I have like this, which is a 9x9x4 box. This box works really, really well with like puzzles and just things that are a little bit bigger. Most of the time though, if it fits in this box, it is priority mail, and I might as well use a priority mail box. I also have some other boxes on hand that are plain, like a 24-inch, stuff like that. Because when you start to get really big, then a lot of times you might go FedEx or UPS. Or I don't have DHL that I know of around here, but it's usually for me FedEx or UPS. We'll talk a little bit more about when you should use those versus the USPS. Majority of the time I use USPS because I ship first class, under £1, and by far they are the cheapest rates. Other items that I use for first class is poly mailers. These are perfect for sending books, t-shirts, things like that. This is great. Plush, if it's a quality stuffed animal, you can stick it in an envelope. It does not need to go in a box. These are 12x8. I just grabbed the whole pack. I also have some bigger ones. Here we go. These are 15 by 13 because every now and then there's just something that doesn't fit in the smaller one, but it's still light enough to go first class. So having something like these on hand is not a bad idea. But you know what I would do before I started carrying all these different supplies? I would put something in here, and if it stuck out, I would just put another one on top of it and then just tape it around. Right? You can do that. You can take 2 packages and put them into one if your item is too big for what you have for packaging on hand. So it's definitely a way around the trickeries when you don't have enough supplies. Okay, so the other thing for first class is these I get free from eBay. If you have an eBay store, you can get free supplies. There is a quarterly coupon that you'll get. I've gotten these. This is put together upside down. Oops, sorry, here we go. But there's also this 8x8 box that I get from eBay. They have a bunch of different products. They have those poly mailers that I was just showing you. They have those with the eBay logo. But these are something else that is nice to have are these bubble mailers, I guess they're called. They come in a variety of sizes. So find the one that works the best for you and the products that you're going to be selling. 12 by 8 is usually pretty good for me. If it's too big, you can just fold it over. So if you only have the money to buy one size, buy a bigger size, and then you can fold it if you need to. I do that all the time with books. I'll put a book in sideways, and then I'll just fold the envelope over and just tape around it. Okay, so let's talk about priority mail. Right? So you can go to USPS.com and order free priority mail supplies. Now, one thing to remember is priority mail is only for priority mail. You cannot order free supplies from the Postal Service and use any other type of shipping. I take it back. You can do express, overnight, but you cannot do first class, and you cannot do parcel post, and you cannot do media mail. All of the stuff from the post office is for priority and higher. Okay, so don't buy priority mail, not buy, but get a priority mail box and then put first class postage on it. All right, so let's talk about my favorite boxes that I use from the post office. This is one of my favorites. It is called the shoe box. It is box number. I'm going to give you the numbers. So if you really like this box and you want to order it from the post office, then this is what you would look for. It is, it's actually called the shoe box. It's not a number. The other ones you'll notice have numbers on them. It's actually called the shoe box. Really, really good. It's great for shoes, of course, but you can use it for so many other things, not just shoes. This is a great one to have. One of my absolute favorite size boxes is this right here. It's the 7 by 7 by 6 box. As you can see, it's a square. I love it. This is called box 4 is what it says. 7 by 7 by 6. These boxes that I'm showing you right now, they are not flat rate boxes. Everything that you put in here would be shipped based upon the dimensions of the box, the weight of the box, and where it's going, the destination, which we'll talk about that later when I pull up the website and show you some differences in cost of shipping. Okay, so that's the 7 by 7 by 6 box. That one, by the way, is perfect for a mug. If you're selling mugs, that one works very, very good. Next is what I call the t-shirt box. They call it the box 1092. This one is 13 by 12 by 2.75. I use this one a lot. It is really good for jeans. It's good for sweatshirts if you're selling clothing. There are puzzles that fit into this. There's board games that fit in it. Not sure what else, but sometimes I will put something in here and then I cut the box down, which we're going to discuss Frankenboxing. Actually, why don't well, I'll talk about Frankenboxing later, but I'd cut the box down and make it fit. So I'm going to show you how I do that later when I show you some of the tools that I use for reselling. The next size up, and I don't even have a name for this one. It is box number 1095. I don't call this one anything except for maybe the next size up from a t-shirt box or a shirt box, like a dress shirt. This is a little bit bigger than the previous box. It's thicker. It's 3 inches right here, and it is 15 1/4 by 2.3 by 3. So it is a little bit bigger. This one is also something that's great for game boards, which I'm going to talk about the game box that they have. I use this for my games because this is based upon weight rather than the game box that the USPS provides is actually a flat rate box. And most of the time it's more expensive to use that than to use a box like this. All right, so then lastly on the ones that I use that are based upon size and weight and destination is just this Tyvek envelope. So it's just a mailing envelope. It's made of that, I don't know if you can see, it's that Tyvek, just hard to destroy. You can't rip it and that kind of stuff. These are really great, again, if you're sending in like clothing, that kind of stuff that just doesn't fit in what we're going to talk about in a minute is the flat rates. Most of the time the flat rate is cheaper, but if it doesn't fit in the flat rate, then this is really good to use. I use this one occasionally. I don't find that I use it that often anymore because I just find it's cheaper to go with the flat rate, which let's talk about flat rate. There are 3 flat rate envelopes. The first one is your standard flat rate envelope that you probably are very familiar with. A lot of people will use this if they need to send like important documents or something like that. I do want to stress when I talk about flat rate means flat rate. It does not mean the envelope needs to remain flat. So I can take this, I'll use my prop of the paint. If I wanted to, I could bubble wrap this. I wouldn't. I'd rather put it in a box. And I could send it as long as the envelope folds at the flaps, at the pre-scored line, and I seal it. You are allowed, from my understanding by my post office, you are allowed to put 1 strip of tape to reinforce this. You cannot put any more. You cannot reshape this. You cannot like bend it in half and tape it. You can't put 2 of them together. It will no longer be considered flat rate at that point. But as long as it folds at the flap, it does not have to remain flat. It can be like this. You will hear from some of your post offices time to time saying, oh, I won't accept that, it's not flat. Well, you might need to remind them to read their own policy that it is a flat rate. It is not a flat envelope. It's a flat rate envelope. All right, so this is the standard flat rate envelope. Next is the flat rate legal size envelope. So as you can see, I'll just show you the difference here. This is this much longer than the normal flat rate. So the flat rate envelope is really good for shipping a pair of jeans. They fit really good in here. These are, I don't know the flat rates as of right now. We'll look them up later. But this is the flat rate envelope that you can use. It's the legal flat rate. So make sure when you go to order flat rate that you check to make sure you're not going to order the legal if you want the regular. I think it's good to have both on hand because there's times when something just doesn't fit in that flat rate envelope that you wish you had just an inch more. Get that legal one. This is by far my favorite flat rate item, probably overall my favorite priority item, and that is the flat rate padded envelope. I use this one for jeans and sweatshirts and sweaters. Anything that I can squeeze into this envelope, I will use. This right now is $8. Flat rate is $8 if you ship through most shipping, like eBay shipping, right? So if you go through eBay, it's going to be $8. We're going to talk about other shipping options too, but $8. If you go to the post office and do it, it will be more expensive, which we'll discuss that. So this is the padded envelope, my favorite. You'd be amazed with what you can put into this. It is great. Oh, one thing I forgot in the non-flat rate is this box. How did I forget this box? Because this is one of my favorites. This is the 12 by 12 by 8 box. So as you can see, 12 by 12 by 8. This is wonderful if you are selling like plates or maybe a set of 4 mugs or something like that. This is great for packaging and putting those types of things in here. Okay, so let's talk about some more of the flat rate. So again, flat rate is you do not pay based upon the weight of the box or the destination or anything like that. It's a one flat rate price. Most of the time, I find that flat rate is not really affordable unless you are sending something that is really heavy. I don't sell a lot of really heavy things that would normally fit in these. They're kind of restricted. Like I might have a heavy item, but it won't fit like in a small flat rate box. Here's the small flat rate box. There is not a lot that would fit in here that I would put and send priority mail. Most of the time, if I have something that's this size, it's going to go first class. But let's say my sister sells maple candy, and I'm going to tell you about her later too on something else that she sells. But if she was selling a pound of maple candy, this would fit in here, and it would weigh over a pound, so it would need to go first priority mail. This flat rate would probably be a good option for her. So this is the flat rate box. They also have one that is not flat rate that's just about this size. I think it might be just a smidge bigger. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those in because I just never use them. But I just want you to see where it says small flat rate box. So this box is, there's no number. It's just called the small flat rate box. Next is the medium flat rate box. Now, this is a very old box. It was back when Spider-Man first came out, which was probably like 4 years ago. I very rarely use this box. The flat rate price is much higher than if I was just to put this in another box and send it on its way at the calculated price versus this flat rate. The flat rate is, they just keep going up and up and up. Unless you have something that is really heavy, then most of the time that this is not your best choice, is to go flat rate. Right, so that's the medium flat rate. Next we have the large. See how big it is? This is what they call their large flat rate box. It is also what they call their game box. So it's actually the FRB for flat rate box, and then it says -GB, which I'm assuming probably stands for a game board. This is what a lot of people will say you can use for your games. So if you were going to sell, I'm trying to think of a long game, like Sorry maybe. I don't know what other games, but a lot of the older games were long. Now they seem to be a little shorter and fatter. But if it's a long game, a lot of people will say to use this. This is really expensive now to ship. I would not use this box. It is cheaper for you to use 2 of these and tape them together and go calculated versus the flat rate. Now, if you don't want to deal with it and you want to pay more, then you can use this. But this is a large flat rate box, and it is extremely expensive to ship, and I never use this box. I don't even know, this says 2013 on it. It's been a long time since I've used this box. So I showed you the square or rectangle, kind of squarish type one for the medium flat rate. They also have one that is shaped like this. That is medium flat rate. So it's so important when you go to grab a box look to see what it says here. If it says medium flat rate, you must pay the medium flat rate box price. I never use this box because there's that other box that I showed you that does not say medium flat rate on it that usually is much cheaper than going the flat rate price. This would be good if I needed to send somebody a bunch of books and they needed it priority versus media mail, then I might go with something like this. But majority of the time, it is not cheaper to go with a flat rate box. Okay, so they have the small flat rate, the medium flat rate, the large, and then they got the envelopes that are flat rate. They have another type of box that it's not really flat rate, but it's not calculated. They're called the regional boxes. That's what this is. This is a regional rate box A. So there's that one. Oh, they have another, I don't have one, but they have another one that is like the t-shirt box, like a men's dress shirt. That's regional A, same type of thing. Regional A is based upon the distance that you're going to be mailing it. It is a flat rate for how much it weighs. I think it's 2 pounds. So if you put something that weighs 1.5 pounds in this and you mail it, you're spending too much money. You're better off using a different box and paying for calculated priority shipping. You cannot put something in this and spend it and send it first class. You cannot put something in this and put calculated shipping in, nor can you put something in this and call it like a medium flat rate or anything like that. You'd pay this regional rate box. It's all based upon your region. So if you are sending something close to your house and it weighs 4 pounds, then this is a great box to use. If you're sending it across the country, this can become extremely expensive. So you're going to want to check the pricing and see. So I was telling you about my sister who sells maple syrup. RaymondSugarHouse.com, by the way, if you're interested. She uses these boxes when she is shipping maple syrup because it's cheaper for her because maple syrup is heavy. So she will use these boxes to help save money for her customers. After the regional A box, we have the regional B box. Again, very, very rarely do I ever use this box. Honestly, I don't think I've ever used one. I have some, but I don't think I've ever used them. This is the other regional B box. So again, it's just like the ones that are calculated shipping. The one that's calculated is 15 by 13. This one actually doesn't, oh, here it is. This one is 15 by 14 by 2.8. The other one is by 3, so it's a little narrower. Again, unless it's really, really heavy, it is not worth using these boxes. All right, one more box to show you. Lastly is the mailing tubes. They make these triangle tubes. This one is the small. They also make a medium mailing tube that's longer than this one. So check out the links. I don't have them in front of me. But this one is, let me see. The maximum weight is 70 pounds on this. A lot of the boxes do have maximums. All right, so it doesn't show the length. But these are really good if you're selling like posters or things like that and you don't have boxes on hand to mail them and you don't want them to get bent. These triangle boxes are really good for that. The longer ones are perfect for baseball bats, for golf clubs. I'm trying to think of what else I've sent in these. Oh, so I sell some window clings. They're 3 feet long. Also, I have some under the cabinet lights that I've sold before that are 3 feet long. These are perfect. I've also sold wrapping paper, and I take the longer box and it's my wrapping paper, the big rolls of it are actually too long that I cut and put another piece on top of it called Frankenbox to make it longer. But this is what I use for that. These are really, really good boxes to use for that. Okay, so let's talk about some tools that I use with my shipping. Besides the scale, you of course need to have tape. This is eBay tape. This is tape you get free with your eBay supplies. You can get tape. I love this. I use that anytime it's an eBay package. I don't have to pay for tape. And then this is just clear tape. I'll use this when I sell on any other platform and I need to tape up a box. I'll use that. There's also tape. Oh, I don't have any right here. But there's tape that you can get from the post office. If you're a high volume seller, you can call the post office and they will send you some tape that you can use for your priority mail packages. And if you order, which we're going to go online and I'll show you it, there is a military care package that has a roll of tape in it. It is only for priority mail though, so you have to remember that. The other thing that I love so much is this right here, which is a box resizer. So if you have something that doesn't fit quite right in your box, you can resize your box if your box is too big. I do it almost every week, maybe a bunch of times a week. I was going to say a number, but I don't know. Somebody will probably hold me to it. So this is a box resizer. Let me show you how it works and why I love it so much. So why do I love my box resizer? Well, first off, here is this box. Let's pretend I just sold this Lego set. See the size of it? There's no priority mail box that this would easily go in. It already weighs over a pound, so I know I have to go priority mail. The thing with priority mail, most of the time I don't use flat rate unless it's an envelope. I will put it in and do calculated shipping. Calculated shipping is based upon the size of the box, how much it weighs, and the distance it's going. So the smaller I can get the box, the cheaper it's going to cost me most of the time to ship it. So with this right here, I'm going to take this box, which is the 1092. This is a very, very popular box. It's like a men's dress shirt box. I can take this, put it in this box, and it goes to about here. So look at how much all of this is wasted. So what I can do is take my box resizer. Sometimes it doesn't work as well on these boxes as if I was to use it on a larger box, but I'm just going to kind of show you what it does. But you take this, you put it in the box. This right here sits on the lip of your box, and this has got teeth on it. So it's going to score the box to make it fold in the proper place. So you take this wheel, I unscrew it, and I drop this down to where I want the box to have a new fold. I tighten this, and then I take this and I drag it along the top of the box. All right, so this is a little trickier because it doesn't go all the way over, but I can still score it. Score it on this side. So you're going to want to do all four sides of the box. Can you hear that noise? It's scoring it. All right, so then I'm going to put this away. And then my next tool that I wanted to share with you guys is a cutting blade, a razor blade. I like the kind that folds so you don't keep it out and cut yourself. They have these at Walmart. They just had them on clearance for like $2. These hyper tough ones. So then after you've scored it, I'm going to show you. You can see, oh, this one you can really see. See that score mark right here? It actually scored through it because these boxes are so thin. But don't worry, it does not make a difference. Then you're going to want to cut all the way down to your score line. It's nice when it shows it on the outside because you don't have to look down into the box to see how far to cut down. Okay, actually, I'm going to keep that out. All right, so then I've made this new, I've cut it down, I've scored it right here on the inside. So now it's going to fold down perfectly. It's going to fold right here perfectly. But now this is going to be too tall. So I'll just take it and, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure you can see with my camera angle here. And I'm just going to cut off this extra. Now don't throw this away. Today I sold a CD and it didn't come in a hard case. I could put the CD in here and I folded it over and gave it some extra firmness for shipping when I was shipping it first class. So I hang on to any time I Frankenbox and cut off anything, I hang on to it because most likely I'm going to use it again. All right, so now see how that folds down? I'm going to do the same thing for this one. It always gets so hard right here where it's like double the, there we go. It's like double. I just want to put that razor away so I don't cut myself. So then it folds over nicely on the scored lines. And so now I've turned this box into this size, which will save me money. So it went from a 13-inch box down to maybe, I don't know, 6 or a 7, maybe a 7-inch box, which will save me money when it comes time to ship it. That is why I love using this right here. Now there's different varieties that you can get of a box resizer. I like this one the most. There's other ones that kind of look like this and that you can just kind of, I think it's just like has the scoring on the end. I like this ability to put it along the edge and drag it. When you're doing a bigger box, it is so easy to go all the way around. These that were only 2 inches wide, it's a little harder, but I like that it sets and it's not you remembering to go straight. This is going to make sure it goes straight. So I do like this form. You can, I don't know if you can buy these on eBay, probably. I think I got this on Amazon. Most shipping companies sell something similar to this. I will try and leave a link down below to some of the tools that I use. If I find them on eBay, I'll put it there. If not, I'll link to Amazon or somebody. I don't know. All right, so let's talk about some of the rates that you can send your packages in. Some of these are not ones that you'll use, like periodicals. That's if you are, I'm assuming, well, I don't even know. Periodicals, library mail, bound printed matter. Most of those are not things that you would use. Something you could use is media mail. So if you are sending something like a book, a video, like a VHS or a DVD or something like that with something on it. So it cannot be a blank VHS, cannot be a blank cassette tape. Those are not considered okay for media mail. So let's go and look at what is media mail. So media mail, it says normally it ships within 2 to 8 business days. I can tell you right now with the pandemic, sometimes it can take a month to get there. It is a lot longer. Prices start at $2.89 at the post office. Do not buy your mail from the post office. You will pay a lot more money than if you printed it at home. So using media mail, here's what you can send. You can send books, at least 8 pages, a 16 millimeter or narrower width films, printed music and test materials, video and sound recordings, play scripts and manuscripts, printed educational reference charts, medical loose leaf pages, computer readable media. Note, video games, computer drives, and digital drives do not qualify for media mail. See that? Video games. A lot of people think video games can go media mail. They cannot go media mail. The maximum weight is 70 pounds. So if you have a whole package of encyclopedias, you cannot ship them via media mail if they weigh over 70 pounds. Actually, so there is ground return services. A lot of times if you have a return on eBay, eBay gets discounted rates for somebody sending something back to you. Same with parcel. And then, so USPS retail ground, it's expensive, starts at $7.70 at the post office. It is most of the time not advantageous for you to ship something ground at the post office. The only time you really should be shipping it ground is if it is hazardous waste and it needs to go ground. Otherwise, it is not usually a cost savings for you to go through the ground. Parcel select, same type of thing. Parcel select and ground, it is not worth it. Most of these other categories are nothing you're really going to be dealing with. Here is the first class package. That is something you'll have. Starts at $3. So look at this. I want you to remember, if I don't get it through your head enough, that if you buy it at the post office, the starting rates are $4 for first class. If you buy it through eBay or Pirate Ship, which we'll talk about, it is $3.01. So you have a 99-cent savings by printing your postage at home, a minimum of 99 cents. So a first class package is different than first class mail. First class mail is like you're sending a birthday card or you're paying a bill and you're just going to put it in an envelope, lick it and send it. That's 55 cents. It needs to be at least 1/4 of an inch and below. Anything over 1/4 of an inch is considered a package. So if you're using bubble wrap, a bubble mailer, if you have, if you're going to put cardboard around something like that, that's just going to make it beyond 1/4 of an inch, it turns that into a package. First class mail, again, is like a birthday card, something that's flat. It goes through their system. It does not need to be hand touched. It's not considered a package. It just goes through like regular mail. If you need tracking, which eBay recommends, really requires tracking on your packages, or you could lose your top rated seller status, you need to ship it as a package. Okay, so let's pretend I wanted to ship this eBay postcard. Get excited about their 25th anniversary. Let's say this was a postcard and it had a beautiful scene on it, or it was, something that was collectible, but it's just a piece of paper. Now, if I put this in an envelope and sent it in a normal envelope like this, okay, I could put this in here and send it and pay 55 cents. It goes through the machine. It's considered what they call machinable. You send it like this, 55 cents, right? Just takes a stamp. If I want tracking on it, if I was to put this in here and I want tracking, you need to put something to make it become more than 1/4 of an inch, which will make it a package. What I suggest is taking bubble wrap, wrapping it in bubble wrap, or what my post office used to just tell me is put one styrofoam or those biodegradable peanuts, they call them. Just stick one peanut in there. Just something that makes it go like this. See? Makes it go up so it's no longer flat. Then it would become a package and you would get tracking. But your price would also go up from 55 cents to $3.01. That's the difference between first class mail and first class package service. Remember, when you're listing on eBay, to make sure that you see like first class package, make sure you're not choosing the thing that becomes like the 55 cents. I'm going to go up here a little bit more. So here's the Priority Mail regional rate boxes. So they start at $7.83. Again, that's if it's in your region. That's the big thing. It's got to be in your region, and that's the smallest box. So after the regional rate boxes, we have the Priority Mail flat rate boxes, and they start at $7.95. And then we have Priority Mail, which is based upon weight and size and dimensions, all that kind of stuff, and distance. And then we have Express. Express is, right now they're not guaranteeing any overnight deliveries. I'm not sure if it's worth paying for Express right now on any of your products. I've had customers that have said to me, I need it by Today is currently Monday, and they've said I need it by Friday. I will not guarantee it because the post office, UPS, and FedEx will not guarantee any delivery date. So I have canceled orders because they said they needed it by a date, and I will not promise it because my carriers will not promise it. So I don't pay for anything that's going to get it there any quicker because it's not working right now because of COVID. Okay, so now we're going to go and I'm going to take a look at eBay and some shipping options so you can kind of get an idea of how you should ship something. All right, so eBay has a really cool shipping calculator that you can use before you list your item if you want to know how much something is going to cost and what your options are. I highly recommend you use this, especially if you're going to offer free shipping. Free shipping is not free. You cannot bring a package to the post office and say, hey, I want free shipping, and they're just going to take it and deliver it for you. Free shipping is just free to your buyer, which in reality is not free because you're going to build the cost into your price. So if I was going to sell a shirt for $20, or let's say a sweatshirt for $20, and I knew I was going to have to put it in the flat rate padded envelope to ship it, and that's $8, I would then charge $28 for that item on eBay. So if you're going to offer free shipping, please remember to build the cost into your price. I highly recommend if you are just starting out to do calculated shipping, as that is by far going to save you any major headaches that you might have as long as you take the time to weigh it, including the box, to figure it out before. So one of the things I will do is take my scale, I'll put the item on the scale, and then I'll take the box even flat and lay it on top of the item to see how much it's going to cost with the box and the item. If it needs packaging, then I'll just say, okay, because most like bubble wrap is not heavy, so I'll just add in 4 or 5 ounces for the bubble wrap. It's usually pretty close. All right, so let's take a look at this eBay shipping calculator. So what it wants to know is what type of package are you going to be mailing? A letter is like what we talked about earlier. It's going to be flat. So you are not going to be most of the time sending a letter. You are going to be sending a package. Almost every time you're going to be choosing a package on this. By the way, I will leave this link down below, but it's ebay.com/shp/calculator. And you can go right to this website and look at this information. So you're going to want to put in the dimensions of your item. So let's pretend that we're going to ship that Lego that I had just boxed. Before I cut it down, the box was going to be, I'm just going to put all this in and we'll see how much I saved, if anything, by cutting it. 1, 2, whoops, that's not supposed to say that. That's supposed to say 12. And then 2.75. When you're on eBay and you're shipping your package, it will not let you put in a 2.75. You have to round it up to 3. And this one weighs, let's weigh it so I can see. This one weighs 15.7 ounces, which is kind of funny. Let's put that in. So this weighs no pounds, but 15.7. Now, I shouldn't have used a priority mailbox. I should have sent that first class. But 15.7, zip code. And then I don't have handling fees. I do not add on a handling fee. It's going to be domestic and or major city. So I always use 90210 because it's California. That's far. And that's most of the time. Please enter the package weight. Well, I did. 15.7. Okay, it does not like that. Let's just try 16 ounces. That's interesting. All right, so 16 ounces, which would be a pound. So I'm not really sure why I didn't even just change it to a pound. So in-store rates. So let's look at this. So if you went into the store and you were going to send that because it qualifies for first class postage, not in that box I put it in, but let's say it's in a different box. First class for a 15.7 ounce box would cost $9.90. If you brought that into the post office, that's how much you would pay. If you ship it via eBay, which I'm going to click on the eBay rates thing here, it is now going to cost you $5.98 to go from New York to California. That is a big difference. This is why I tell you it is so important to print your postage at home. Do not bring it into the post office. You will be paying counter prices, which are expensive. Now, if I was shipping it media mail, it would be $2.89 if it was a book, which it is not a book, so I will not ship it media mail. Retail ground is $9.55, which that is just crazy to be paying that. Why not ship it first class? If I wanted to pay for priority mail, it would cost $8.80 if I wanted to keep it in this box and mail it like this. If I went to the post office, it would be that $9.90, where I'm saving 11% by shipping it at home. If it fit in a flat rate envelope, it would have gone for $7.40, which is the cheapest priority mail pricing. And then the small flat rate box is $7.90. The medium flat rate box is $13.75. But look at, if you went into the store, I don't know if you can see that, but it would have been $15.50 if you brought it to the post office and paid at the post office. So you're saving 11% by printing it at home. A large flat rate box, that big game board, that costs $19.30 to mail if you were to put a game board in that versus cutting it and doing it via just regular priority. The $8 for the flat rate padded envelope, which I love. The legal flat rate envelope is $7.70. The regional A box, that little tiny box, $12.64. I could have taken that and put it in that box and mailed it instead of the box I cut. It would have cost $12. That's a lot. Okay, so that is the pricing for this item if I was to mail it. So of course I would be sending it first class in a normal box and sending it that way for the $5.98. So let's change the information that we have on this form. Let's say that we now have something that is, let's go with 2 pounds and 3 ounces. And let's do the 7 by 7 by 6 box, which that's my favorite priority mail box. And we're going to again go all the way across the country because that's a great way to make sure that you're going to build in the highest price. Of course, media mail is still at the $2.89, which this does not qualify for media mail. And I'm going to come down here. Okay, something didn't work. It didn't take my 2 pounds, 3 ounces. Let's try that again. Okay, now it's doing it. I didn't know why it was showing a first class, and it definitely would not be first class. All right, media mail. This looks more realistic. Media mail for something that weighs 2 pounds, 3 ounces would be $4.01. That's why if you're sending a book, go media mail. It is definitely worth it in the long run, especially if it's a big, heavy book. So a priority mail, something that size, would cost $16.45. But if I was to go to the post office, it would cost $20.40. But printing it through eBay is $16.45. And of course, then you have all these flat rate. Their prices don't change. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll say, okay, that weighs 16, or that costs $16 if I keep it in the 7x7x6 box. Then I'll look and say, well, wait a minute. Will it fit in the medium flat rate? Because medium is $13.75. Remember how I was talking about my sister will use the regional A box for her maple syrup? Look at this. The regional A box for the maple syrup would cost $12.64 versus the medium at $13.75, but putting it just in a normal box is $16.45. So in those cases, it would be worth it for you to put it into a regional A box, or at least the medium flat rate box if you didn't have any regional A boxes on hand. This is a good time for me to tell you that your post office most likely does not carry all of these boxes on hand. You've got to go to USPS.com and place an order to have these boxes delivered to you. You can sometimes find like the medium flat rate at the post office, but I don't think any of them normally carry the regional box unless somebody like you or I ordered them and we brought them there because we didn't need them anymore. Then they would hold on to them. All right, so now I want to take a look at using what I love so much. It's a website called Pirate Ship. Okay, so this is Pirate Ship. It's at pirateship.com. It is free to sign up for Pirate Ship. What I love about Pirate Ship is it gives you cubic rate shipping. It is integrated into many platforms. You can link your eBay, Etsy, I think Shopify, and I'm not sure the other ones because I just use it for eBay and Etsy. But you can take all of your eBay and integrate it into Pirate Ship, and every time something sells on eBay, you can pull it up here and ship it from Pirate Ship. Then you won't have to fill out the address and all that kind of stuff. And then it sends eBay your tracking number, or Etsy and Shopify your tracking number, so you don't have to manually go back and do it. What they have here at Pirate Ship is this rates calculator where you can put in your information. All right, so we're going to see how much it's going to cost to ship the same box that we were going to ship through through eBay, that 7x7x6 box that weighed 2 pounds, 3 ounces. Let's see how much it costs if we shipped it through Pirate Ship. So with Pirate Ship, if you do the rates, you say ship to, and then here again, I'm going to do 90210. And then it's going to ask me, are you shipping a box, a poly bag? Are you doing, flat rates and so forth? In this case, we're going to stick with the box because we're just using the Priority Mail 7x7x6 box. 7x7x6. And this weighed 2 pounds, 3 ounces. Then click Get Rate Quote. So here, if I ship it via this thing called Priority Mail Cubic, I will spend $10.31. Now I'm going to go back over here, which was on eBay. If I was sending this exact same box via Priority Mail, it would have cost me $16.45. Now, I could have also done it, the cheapest we discovered was if it fit in this box, regional box A, would be $12.64. But I can ship it through Pirate Ship for $10.31 because Pirate Ship has what they call cubic shipping. Why eBay doesn't have this, I have no idea. But if your item is small and heavy, if it's less than 12 by 12 by 12, always check Pirate Ship to see what the price is. Because in this case, it is so much cheaper. So much cheaper. So I love Pirate Ship. I use it every day. I will check and see. A lot of times it's the same price as eBay, because if it doesn't qualify for cubic shipping, then it's going to be the same price. First class is always the same price. And a lot of times priority is unless it falls under this cubic shipping. All flat rate is the same on eBay or Pirate Ship. Now, one thing that's really nice about Pirate Ship, and I am not a paid spokesperson, I'm not getting paid or anything, I just love their service, but they have what they call a scan sheet. So you can print off all of your postage through here and then print a scan sheet that you bring to your post office or your postal pickup person. Instead of them having to scan your 10 packages, 30 packages, 100 packages, they can scan just that sheet and it will put it into the system. All of the packages have been dropped off, so you get your tracking scan that it got picked up by the post office. That is really good. But look at the money you can save. Now, the thing is, for you on eBay, if I was to do calculated shipping on eBay and I put in this 7x7x6 box, I said it was 2 pounds, 3 ounces, it's going to charge the customer $16.45. It's going to cost me $10.31 to ship it, which means I'm going to make $6 in shipping as a profit on this item. It is really good. I love Pirate Ship. I cannot say that enough. So the other thing that is really good with Pirate Ship, let me see if I can find it. Okay, the simple export rate that you can get from Pirate Ship. When you create an account, again, it's free at pirateship.com. You can get something what they call the simple export rate. You need to ask for it. Down here at the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see this little chat thing. You click on that, and they're going to pirate talk to you like, "Arr, matey," and you just tell them, "Hey, I would like your simple export rate." That provides you with a cheap alternative for international shipping. I do not use the GSP for international shipping at eBay. GSP is the global shipping program for eBay. What that is you get a sale from somebody in Canada, someone from Montreal wants a t-shirt that you're selling, you take that item, you ship it to the global shipping program, which is in Kentucky. They take it, open it, repackage it, fill out the customs form, and then they mail it to your customer in Montreal. Well, I don't do that because it takes extra time. It's more expensive. Your customer is paying for shipping from me to Kentucky and then Kentucky to them. They're prepaying their taxes, which sometimes on a $15 t-shirt, they're not paying any tax. They wouldn't be paying taxes otherwise. But eBay is required to collect the tax, even though it wouldn't be required to be paid if it was just shipped directly to them. So a lot of Canadians and a lot of other people in other countries will not purchase from people who are using the global shipping program. They will only purchase from people who do direct shipping to them directly from their location. I wanted to give you an example of why I always do shipping through Pirate Ship for international, as well as I ship directly. So today I sold something. I don't remember exactly how much it was cost-wise. It was not very heavy. I was trying to think of what it was that I sold. Oh, it was a stuffed animal pillow, a squishmallow. It did not weigh very much, less than a pound. So let's use a scenario where we're going to send something to Canada. I was going to use a t-shirt, but let's say it could be a squishmallow, anything that weighs less than a pound. And we're going to send it to Canada by eBay and Pirate Ship. Let's see how much it's going to cost. So here it is. It weighs half a pound to a pound, right? So half a pound going to Canada would be $8.49. Let me see if I can blow this up for you guys so you can see a little bit more. I'm just looking over at my screen there. It doesn't look very big. There we go. Hopefully that's a little better for you guys. So if I was to send something to Canada that weighed up to a half a pound, but not over, it would cost $8.49. If it weighed up to a pound, but not over a pound, would be $10.49. That's what we're going to use for a scenario. Okay, so it weighs 15 ounces, it's going to cost $10.49 to send it to Canada. I'm going to go to eBay shipping calculator. I put this in already. It's a 12 by 8 by 1, which is my poly mailer, a 14-ounce package going from New York. I put on international rates. So if this was going to Canada, USPS first class mail, because it's considered first class if it weighs less than 4 pounds. In this case, it is 14 ounces. To Canada would cost $20.19. That's how much my customer paid for me to ship that pillow to them today. They paid $20. When I printed it from Pirate Ship, it cost me $10.49. So I made $10 off from that item in profit. Some people feel guilty and they'll refund their buyer and that kind of stuff. I don't. I keep it because that's just what happens. They paid that $20 knowing it was $20. Now, if they were to get it through the global shipping program, I don't see a calculator for that. Let me see if it's on here. I don't think it is. No, I don't see. Right, that's an envelope. I don't see the global shipping on here. But if you were to send it to the global shipping, then I'd be paying from me to Kentucky, which would be first class. And then they would be paying from that to them, which would be that $20 probably. Plus they would have to prepay their taxes. So it becomes way more expensive for them to do it that way, which I'm sure it goes through Pitney Bowes. I'm sure Pitney Bowes even pads because they got to make money. So they probably put something on there too. I don't know for a fact. But I just know that a lot of people from Canada will not purchase through global shipping. Now, I will show that the rest of the world would have paid $15.49, but it would have cost the $20. Oh, I chose Canada. Let's see if I go back. And let's not do Canada. Let's say I'm going to send it to Europe. So Europe would cost $23.28. Oh, to Germany, $24 to the United Kingdom, and $23 to France. That's how much it would cost if I went through eBay for the UK, Germany, and France. But the simple export rate would be $15 for me. So again, it's not as much money as it does when it goes to Canada, but it's still money in my pocket when I do international shipping. All right, I wanted to show you how you order items here on the USPS website. So if you don't have an account, go ahead and create one. Log over here, it will say log in or register. And then you click on or hover over the shops and then shipping supplies. And then if you come down here, you'll see free shipping supplies. Click that box and it's going to sort everything and just provide you with the items that are free. So if you want, you can order, well, this is the military kit that I was talking to you guys about. See right here, this right here, this is tape. This is a roll of tape. And then you'll get all of these boxes. Most of these boxes are flat rate boxes. So I don't really have any use for them. It's really just to get the tape, which I guess is kind of an improper use of it. You can call USPS and see if they'll send you some of that tape. But if they can't, then you can get the tape from ordering the military care kit. And then just go through, and if there was boxes that you saw that I mentioned, you can search for them. I think you can. Yeah, right up here, you can search for them. So if you wanted like the 1092s, you could just put in 1092. Or you can just go through. What I suggest you do is go through and order, a few of everything. You'll see here like the medium flat rate. You can order it as a single, so just order one, or you can order a pack of 10 or a pack of 25. So if you order, let's say you wanted 100 of them, you could order 100 singles, you could order 10 packs of 10, or you could order 4 packs of 25. So just go through here. There's the padded flat rate. Those are really awesome, like I was saying earlier. Here's those tubes that I was talking to you about. Now the tubes are printed on both sides. I didn't show you that because I had put the tube together. If you were going to send something express, that's on one side, and then you fold it the other way for priority mail. So make sure that you're folding it correctly. There is some, and I don't have any on hand, which actually I think maybe I'll go ahead and order some. Here's the game box that there is. Here's a variety pack. These are all flat rate boxes, though, you can get as a variety pack. If you wanted just to order one variety pack so you have one of each on hand, that's not a bad idea when it comes to the flat rate. I don't use them enough that if I sold out a flat rate, I could easily get another, order it, and I wouldn't probably need it again until it came in. Here's the regional bees. I had mentioned to you, there's like, I showed you the different sizes. There's those two. My favorite box right here, the 7x7x6. So just go on, add what you want. I'm trying to find the stickers. So they have these stickers. Let me warn you about stickers that say fragile on them. Let me see if I can find them. Remains, certified mail, registered mail. I may have gone by them because I wasn't thinking about it. Well, see this right here that says special handling fragile? If we see them right down here, some people will order those because they're free to order them, but it costs you money to put that on your package. If you use these stickers on your package, there is a fee. Just like this right here. Okay, you can order these stickers that say Priority Mail Express, but if you put that on your package, you're going to be paying Priority Mail Express rates. These right here is what I need. These Priority Mail, these are just stickers. This is great if you don't use the Priority Mail tape, but if you're using one of your regular boxes and you want to put something on it that shows that it's Priority Mail, then I like to use these. So I'm actually going to order, let's see, they come in a pack of 10. So yeah, I'm going to order 50 of them. So everything else I really don't use. These custom forms, they're nice to have on hand. You can use those for when you send stuff custom. Some people also actually use them for sending their stuff instead of taping on their mailing address label. They'll use this for it. This size is the one I like, the small customs forms, because it fits your 4x6 label from your Dymo or your Zebra or any of those. It fits them perfectly. Sure not going to be doing creative remains. All right, so that is the USPS website. You just go on there, then you come and you click on your shopping cart to check out and buy your items. Oh, I guess it didn't take that. I'll have to go back and add it. Well, anyway, I just wanted to show you how to order. You click on the shop and shipping supplies. Alrighty, that's it. All right, well, I was going to say a quick rundown of shipping. Shipping is not quick. There are so many variables. There's so many things that can go into play. It becomes extremely confusing. I've seen on Facebook groups so many people complaining about how they've lost money. They didn't take into account how much shipping was going to be. They just guessed maybe on how much it was going to weigh, and it weighed a lot more. I've just seen people that first start out lose so much money because of that, and they give up. They just say, I'm not going to do it, and they just give up because they lost money. Take the time, get a scale, get some boxes. Even if you just get the free ones from the post office, focus on the non-flat rate. Really, I think the more you do it, you'll realize the flat rate is probably not advantageous for you. But take the time, weigh your item, calculate shipping, have that be calculated shipping that your buyer pays until you get comfortable with shipping. Then you can start saying, okay, I'm going to start adding it in. I've got 1,700 items for sale on eBay, more than that actually, on eBay right now. I sell quite a few items that if I make a faux pas, I make a little boo-boo on my shipping, I'm okay with it because I do enough volume that I can absorb it. But if I'm just starting out, and I know that eBay limits you in how many items you can sell when you first start, but if all I can sell is 5 items a month when I first start, then I want to make sure that I'm not going to lose any money on any of those items that I sell. So make sure that you take the time and do it right so you don't lose money. We're all in this to make money, right? To get rid of our stuff, to make money, or to flip stuff to make money. So don't lose money on your shipping. Learn the calculated shipping, learn your options. If in doubt, ask a question down below, down there, ask it. There are so many people here that would be happy to answer it for you. I would be happy to answer the question for you. If you're confused with anything, please let me know and I'll clear it up. And also down below, there is a link to my Discord group. It is a group that I run in Discord. I used to do it on Facebook, but I actually switched over to this Discord. It is amazing. I love Discord. I love how it's run. Come on and join. It's free to join. It's just another app you got to deal with, another website you got to visit, but it's really good community. You can ask questions there too and would be happy to answer. That's a private group versus here when you post. But ask the questions. Let us know how you're doing. If you, I know what I didn't talk about was FedEx and UPS. I mostly just focused on USPS. But when you are selling something and it's big and bulky and it's heavy, please use FedEx and UPS through eBay too. FedEx rates are really good. And most of the time, you're way better off sending it through FedEx than you are sending it through USPS. I send things almost weekly through FedEx because it's just so much cheaper. And they also have like the FedEx home delivery and stuff like that that's cheaper. You can bring your FedEx packages. For me, it's 2.5 hours to a FedEx office, but I can bring them to Walgreens or Dollar General and drop them off. Really simple. Love it. Love it. All right. Back to my closing. So I would just say, ask any questions that you have. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and go check out my other videos. There might be something else on there that you might get some value and information from. All right. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.